I think that's funny every year, so we'll see. I envy those of you in the audience who are friends and family of the class of V'13, who immediately named themselves Lucky 13. These remarkable people applied during the stock market crash in 2008, entered a school deeply engaged with change in 2009, which is not always that cheerful of an endeavor, and they proceeded to cheer us all up throughout your time here. While I know some of you will stay here, and I hope all of you will stay connected, my envy of the audience is warranted by the fact that those of you in the audience have known these people longer and more deeply than we have, and so you deserve more credit for how great they are. Class of 2013, please join me in applauding all of your supporters in the audience. So lucky members of the Penn Vet class of 2013, your bright and upbeat personality penetrated my administrative fog. I don't always know students well, but I know your class as a personality and many of you as individuals. Among other things, and there are a lot, you are the class that gave us our first student newspaper, now in its 4th year, and I will assert the absolutely best, most sparkling, funniest, and most creative veterinary student newsletter in the world. And also, as you know, your white coat ceremony was deeply moving, and this is to a lot of your chosen speakers who are long-term veteran teachers. And they saluted you very appropriately and movingly for your good humor, your kindness, and your simple excellence. Your character is truly exceptional. I think everyone knows Penn Vet has a Student Inspiration Award for students who inspire a panel of judges to award them funds to carry out their dreams. Well, I'm going to take my decanal privilege here and award you as a class the Inspiration Award. As a community of veterinary scholars, you inspire us and, I think, each other. So, hooray for you. This year, I've been thinking about altruism, the behavior of selfless helping and sharing. This incredibly heartening trait seems to trigger some skepticism in some. Here's a quote from Errol Ozan that is truly cynical, although that doesn't make it untrue. He said, "Help someone, you earn a friend. Help someone too much, you make an enemy." But as I consider altruism in the light of your class, I am much more idealistic and hopeful than that. There has been an evolution of thinking about the evolution of altruism that I think culminates in its highest form in, well, you. Thinking about the biology of altruism began by considering selflessness to be a means of carrying on the genes of a family or kinship group. In this line of thinking, the selflessness is a mere means to an end for the selfish genome to ensure the continuation, its own continuation among relatives. Observations later required a revision of this concept, and it was expanded to acknowledge that more than the family benefit, it became clear that tribal and even cultural altruism existed. We all do better if those who are like us survive, but this is still somewhat selfish. Recently, and more mysteriously, even mystically, altruism is now clearly established also to be geographic. That is, if we are near those or we see those who need our help, we will provide it, no relationship required. And in our present world, as with the tsunamis or the Haitian earthquake and other disasters, our nearness is more awareness of need in others than literally geographic. I would argue with pretty good grounding that we have a lot of evidence that humanity can be very good and pay the goodness forward, making the world a better place, to be succinct. So I am much more in accord with two more upbeat thoughts. Here's one. How selfish soever man may be supposed, there are evidently some principles in his nature which interest him in the fortune of others and render their happiness necessary to him, though he derive nothing from it except the pleasure of seeing it. And that is from the founding philosopher of capitalism, Adam Smith. And the second is from a much more expected source for sunny inspiration, Khalil Gibran. And he said, "I slept and I dreamed that life is all joy. I woke and I saw that life is all service. I served and I saw that service is joy." So as I look at you, class of 2013, I salute you because you are deeply kind to each other, to this wonderful institution. I am grateful you are part of Penn Vet's tribe and now officially citizens of Planet VMD. What we here all know is that the very most evolved form of altruism goes beyond mere philanthropy, which means love of mankind. We know that the broadest, most inclusive, most blessed altruism extends beyond our species to others. Maybe we should use the word philozoos, which is the words behind our Phi Zeta honor society. Your altruism is service and giving to all living things. Now, I know interspecies bonds can be funny. I get sent routinely the picture of a bulldog and a cat in apparently an intimate clinch on a sofa. And it's, the caption is something about forbidden love or being caught. Nonetheless, this interspecies compassion and friendship really also profoundly touches us, almost universally. When you visit YouTube, as I embarrassingly do, there are gorillas who are friends with deer and cheetahs. There's an elephant and Labrador buddy, and a family group of dachshunds rearing kittens. And of course, we can all think of recent catastrophes and the good they elicited from mankind, the profound interspecies bonds between man and animals that touched the world in Katrina and Sandy and in 9/11. So you are altruistic and admirable. You chose this most altruistic profession. And more specifically, during vet school, you have helped us with successful new ventures to extend the healing connection between animals and people that helps to make us all more fully human. Here are a few examples. You embraced our Martin Luther King Day of Service. You have a remarkable record of saving shelter animals. The Mayor Sathi project that Audrey and Shannon have started, and Brittany Gross's Thailand project to help the developing world. And you even put together what I've called the Dean's Image Consultancy to help me connect meaningfully with students so I can get to know you better and vice versa. I have to say that being included in orientation and skits is incredibly fun, easy, and joyous. So thank you very much for extending your altruism even to your dean. I'm going to close with a note of concern for you and all of your altruistic motivations. I want you to be all you can be for a long time, so you need to take care of yourselves as well. So here's one pithy, maybe even snarky quote related to altruism that is in the nature of the instruction you get on the airlines to put on your oxygen mask before assisting others. Don't sacrifice yourself too much, because if you sacrifice too much, there's nothing else you can give, and nobody will care for you. So that's Karl Lagerfeld's nice thought. But what I want to say in all sincerity is take care of yourselves as well as others so that your great goodness is fed and amplified and moves out in ever-widening circles of goodness and good deeds and showing the world how to behave. Thank you so very much for choosing Penn Vet.